How to use the sha256 hash function. The sha256 hash function is a very important function that you can use to hash your data if you want to make sure that they're very secure. Now, very usually, programmers or developers find a way to make sure that the password of the users of the applications are secure. Using a hashing function is one of the ways to do that. In this video, we're going to look at how we can use the SHA-256 hashing function in the Python hashlib module to do this. So the first thing we're going to do is import hashlib. And then we want to create a hash object, which we're going to call hashlib.sha256. All right. Now we create the hash objects, and now the next thing we'll do is we prepare the data that we want to work with. Let's make the data we work with dynamic. Okay, or let's say that the data is already stored in our database, and when the user was actually getting registered, he or she chose a password, and this a password is already stored in the database. So for example, the password that the user used is timely79. Then for the password to be stored, because the password is not going to be stored in its raw string format, it has to be hashed so that if there's any kind of breach to the database, now what the individual who produced the database gets is a hashed function, sorry, a hashed a value of the original password. So they still won't have access to the original password, and they won't be able to tell what it is. And this is one of the very huge advantages of hashing functions. You cannot reverse the process. It's a one-way traffic. So what we'll do next is to prepare the data, which we've done. Now, what we do is to update the hash function, update the hash. Now, what it needs, the argument the update function needs, or the update method needs, is an encoded data. So we say data dot encode UTF-8. All right, now the next step is to digest. So we say result is equal to hash dot hex digest. So this is going to give us the final human readable format of the hashed password. To check out the result, we could just print result. All right, to the right here, we're going to run the script and see what we get. All right, now that's the result of the characters timely79. That's the hashed result of the characters timely79. So what happens is this is what is going to be stored in the database, and each time the user tries to log in, the password that user types will be hashed and checked against the hash that has been stored in the database. So this is how to use the hashlib in Python, particularly using the sha256 function to hash your passwords or any other private data, very important data that you'd like to keep private and secure.